This is Linking Yellow, and welcome to part 3 of my Let's Create a Parkour Chamber. Alright, so let me get back into here, see if I can continue where I left off. It's actually been a couple weeks, so not completely sure where I left off, but let's just jump into it and see how that goes. Alright, so yeah, what I remember I had been able to do is I had like run. I had it set up so that you could like run up to it or walk up to it, whatever. You know, jump up and just look at here, and it would work. So let's just do a little bit of stress testing for starters. See if it works the way that I think it works. All right. All right, and real parkour. There we go. Come on. All right, here we go. Alright, so I want to see if I don't look at it, will it still... Okay, so what about if I'm kind of close to looking at it? Yeah, okay. So there's a bit of room for forgiveness there, but that's alright. Alright, so... Okay, so, at where it's at right now, I get in it and then I'm stuck in it. So let's see if I can find a way to make it easy to just jump out. First of all, let's take a look at the flags here. Um, let's see. Alright, let's try player proxy. Yep. It's not going all that well. What's going on here? Nope. Okay. Entity. My tools aren't working. Let me see if I can try to fix this. Alright. So, yeah, as soon as I finished recording there, it started working better again. So, yep. Alright. Just, I don't know. I've never seen that happen before. Alright, so player proxy. Eh, logic player proxy. Here we go. Jump detector. Good, good. Oops. Alright. Let me put that in more of a central area. And on jump, teleport player to view. Alright, teleport to view. Here we go. Alright, and I want this activated. Can I get the view to activate that? Or do I have to like get the conditions for the view? Let's see. No. Nope. I have to get the conditions for the view. Alright. So let me take a look at the inputs. On trigger enabler, parkour start is this. Yep. Okay, I think I'm gonna want to interrupt that with a logic relay, so I can pass between point views a lot easier. All right, so let's get a logic relay. All right, view start, and on trigger, I want the view to start. View enable? Yeah, okay. And okay, let me move that a bit closer. Alright, and also when this is triggered, when the relay is triggered, what's going on here? Oh, is it inside? It's inside. Okay. Alright, so when this is triggered, I also want the player proxy. No, that's not the player proxy. Is that the player? Yeah, okay. Jump detector to. Huh. Oh, that's right. I remember in part one, ran into that same problem. Solve that with a co-op manager, so I guess I'll do that right now. Alright. Co-op manager. Name it. Um. See. Jump detector co-op. There we go. Alright, and. Alright, so on jump. Okay, on jump, I want the co-op manager A to be true. A equals true, and then A equals false with a small little delay. 0.1. Yeah. Alright, and this thing, the trigger, I want this to be true. And what will make B false? Okay, yeah, the jumping will make B false. On jump, set B to false. Doesn't need anything there. Oh no, it does need something there. 0.1. Alright. Yeah, so so what will happen is alright, the player looks at this. Um, no, when the player looks at this, I want the trigger. Okay, I want this right here to be working. View start trigger. Alright, so when I want to come off. Oh, I want both. I want both. Okay. Alright, so yeah, the co-op manager set, was it B to B to true? B to true. All right, so let's see. Jump on here, and both. Okay, B will be true, and it will also automatically enable the relay. The relay will be triggered, and uh, and you'll be up here. When you want to jump, this will already be set up. Hmm. I actually don't want that to be there. I want it to be on the trigger here. Okay. And so when this is triggered, then jumping will be able to take you off of this. And what will what will disable be? Alright, yeah, I remember one of the outputs actually seems like it'll be useful here. Alright, so on end follow, jump detector, and set one of them to false. It would be the one coming from the relay here, which I think is B. That's B. Alright. This is a little confusing. Oh, alright, set B to false. Okay, so I'm also trying to build this. I might have mentioned it a few times, or maybe not at all, so that's just why I'm saying it. Um, when I want the view control to go off to the side here, I want it to automatically attach to another one that's right at the side here, and so the player can continue on settling. Alright, let's see. Yeah, so let me try that. Feel like I'm probably missing something, but it's always worth a try. Alright. Nope. I'm definitely jumping, I can hear that. I'm sure you can too. If, well, you might not be able to. Depends on how loud it is for you. Obviously, it depends on that. Alright. So why didn't that work? Alright, so the jumping worked. I'm sure of that. Let's see. Oh, do I have an output? I don't have an output from here. Okay. That would explain it. When all to true, then view teleport to or player to view teleport to view. There we go. And okay, I'll change to true. There doesn't need to be anything for any set to false. Nope. Don't wanna make extra files that way. Alright, so this should work. Ooh. Seems to like pretend that I'm falling for a bit. Oh. Oh, the player can still control it. So you can just kind of jump off like that. Hmm. Okay, you can even walk the other direction. Hmm. Wait, so if I just stay here. Okay, even if I just stay here, it'll knock me off. Alright, why would that be? Ooh, error messages. Logic relay, instance auto. Restart has been triggered but is awaiting refire. Outputs will not be fired. Alright, I'm not completely sure what that means, but obviously it's a problem with Logic Auto. not logic auto, logic relay. All right, so if you enable, okay, that's definitely going through. Inputs on trigger for parkour start. Parkour start is is the trigger right here. Okay, so oh, co-op manager is what's probably being affected here. Well, let's also take a look at the flags here. Flags for this. All right, follow player no, freeze player yes. No, no, I want the game UI to freeze the player. That's not the game UI. There's the game UI, which is already freezing the player. Jump deactivates. I don't want jump to deactivate. Hide weapon. Sure. Use deactivates now. Okay. Why isn't this being activated? Inputs. Oh, because there's no inputs. Okay. Could be part of the problem. And what was I even using? Does this have outputs? Okay. On jump. That's a player proxy. Game UI. No outputs, no inputs. What is this doing here? Okay, okay, yeah. It's going to be used to run these. Okay, so I'm going to want this trigger to also enable this. It doesn't need to specifically have any outputs yet, but it could be useful for keeping the player still. All right, so on trigger, player UI, activate. Here we go. All right, that should hopefully make it work a lot better. Freeze the player. All right, and let me take a look at the flags here just one more time. All right, so don't want to freeze the player, but the player will be non-solid. Snap to goal angles. Let's try that. All right. No, don't want to make that mistake. So let's just save. All right, let's see if that works. Oop. Okay, so walking backwards. Okay, no. Okay, so the problem here is the player falls down, and when the player falls down, he exits the trigger. Jump should deactivate that game UI. Yeah? Or is it only... No? Okay. Alright, so, yeah, one other thing that's best that I do is, I think I'm going to just try to troubleshoot this on my own, and I'll start recording this back when I think I've got more progress in this. Pretty much my reason for doing that is to get to some more interesting stuff quicker, rather than just trying to figure out the same thing over like 2 episodes. So I'll see you in a second. Well, second to you. All right, so I'm back, and yeah, since I was since I really felt like I was kind of losing sight of what I was mostly trying to go for, which was pretty much being able to use this as a building block, I pretty much got rid of everything. I of course did save another copy of the file back when I did have anything, just to make sure that I'm not getting rid of anything that I don't want to get rid of. But yeah, I think because what I did have for a little bit of time while I was trying to work with it is I had it so that I was staying up here and I could jump down, I could stay up. It wasn't making me fall after a bit of time, but um, some of the timing was kind of messed up. So like when I would try to jump off, I'd have to look away really quickly, or else it would snap me back up, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I felt maybe it's easier just to wipe that all and just restart. But before I do, I want to try getting the camera to connect with things to the side more. So what I've got here is I've got for when the camera is coming from the right, from here, the right, and on the other side when it's coming from the left. I don't know for sure if I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to start off with that. What I am going to start off with doing though is these logic relays right here. Um, I've got right here. This one will start the camera, um, but these ones right here, I was thinking if I use relays that can be recognized from uh, like where an output could send something to this relay, and anything that happens to this relay, or anything that this relay triggers would also, or anything that would trigger this relay, I should say, would also trigger another relay, or every other relay that is exactly like it with the same name, because I've got this little @ symbol right here. It's a very convenient thing. I've barely ever used it, uh, but it's there, and I want to take advantage of that for this. All right, so yeah, I'm going to set these up to expand and contract. All right, so let's see. Both of these. Okay, that was odd. All right, both of these are in starting off closed. Yep, I believe that these are already set. No, okay, these are not already set. I guess I assumed that I did more than I actually did. Okay, well, all right. So let's move this. Move right. All right, I want this to go 64. Move distance of 64. Okay, okay, that's already set. Okay, and this is already set to go the other direction also. Move distance of 64. Um, Left move. Okay, so this one just wasn't named yet. Just to keep things similar, I'm going to do move left. Okay, and yeah, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is get these two contract. And okay, so when they're going to contract, they're going to close, because right now they're starting off closed. Going to open. Left right here is going to go this way. Right here is going to go this way. So all right, so let's see. For contract, let me start with expand, just for my own sanity. All right, so for expand, outputs, add. Let's see, on trigger, yep. All right, right, I want to open, open. Here we go. And I want that to happen right away. And I also want, let's see, copy and paste. I want the left one to open. Okay, and yeah, that's fairly simple. Anything that calls that will do that to both of them. Um, I'm also going to want some logic relays uh, to help me decide, or help the program, I guess, here decide which, if any, this is going to be parented to. All right. So, all right. So that's all set. That was easier than I imagined it would be. Guess I really didn't think about it. All right. So trigger, and I want this to close them both. So actually, why don't I just delete that and just copy them over from the contract, expand here to the contract. Alright. And then change them both to close. Should do wonders, should do wonderfully. Okay. So, okay, those are triggered. Those are going to move those back and forth. Now, okay, I've got these when they're coming from the left and the right. I think I'm going to create another one for each where I'm going to make 2 left or 2 right. Camera 2 left. Let's do the same thing over here. Alright, camera 2 right. Okay, come on. Okay, yeah, I was looking at that from this side and just no, okay. Yep, it should be confusing me. Okay, I think I got my left and my rights mixed up. I love it when that happens. All right, so I'll just move them around, I guess. Oh, wrong button. Okay, here we go. Put that there. Move those over, and good, 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 good. All right, hopefully that doesn't confuse me. All right, so going to is on the outside, coming from is on the inside. Actually, that makes a little bit more sense in my mind. All right, so for coming from, all right, no, for coming to, all right, for going to the right, going to the right, I want it to parent it to this guy. Parent it to, well, to move left. Did I? That's a little ironic, isn't it? I think I got my, I think I thought I got my left and my right mixed up, and I really didn't. And so I ended up getting my left. Oh my goodness. You know, I really need to get better at my left and my right, I'll tell you. All right. So, so much for trying to make that make sense earlier. Okay. So, uh, when going to the left, I'm going to start the left, or no, not open. I'm going to parent it to the left guy. All right. So, first of all, parent to the left. All right. Add on trigger, and I want, okay, I want view. All right, to parent, set parent. There we go. To move left. Let me make sure that I named that right. Move left. Okay, good. All right, and let's see. And yeah, I want the other one to do, well, the other one. All right. To right. Actually, let me copy it and paste it so that everything's all nice and uniform. All right, paste, move right. Good, good, good. All right. So that looks good. Okay, now what's going? Okay, no, 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 no. Okay, and then with either of these, with both of these actually, I want after like maybe 0.01 seconds. So add for zero point 0.01 seconds. I want to expand when they're coming from. All right. Expand, expand. All right. Exp okay, here we go. On trigger, I want the expand. I want the expand. Okay. To enable. No. Trigger. They're already enabled. All right. And yeah, that can be the same for both of them. All right, paste. That's there. Good. Good, good. All right, and All right, so let me take a second to just kind of think about how exactly I want to move this over. Okay, so I have an idea, but it's kind of vague. Uh, so this could work out wonderfully, or it could work out horribly. But I'm going to start off by just getting the main thing here. First of all, I want this to be, well, I really don't know what to call that besides parameter? Maybe a parameter. All right, and I'll do the same thing with this one. So, okay, so this is going to be a bit difficult to get working all together, from the vague, really vague image in my head. All right, so let's get this, remove the outputs. Oops, delete all the outputs. All right, and this one will be, um, let's see. No, all right. Want something that describes it very well. I'll probably go around renaming things after a while. Oh, actually, that might disrupt connection. So I want to make sure that I get things right the first time. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, parkour block ID. Here we go. Hmm. Okay. Okay. One sec. I'm having like a few ideas coming around at once. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna. Hmm. This is really confusing to just try to get all in my head at the same time. Let's try copying that again. And this one right here, I'll make that another parameter. Parameter. Here we go. And all right, let me switch these two around, just for the sake of organizing for myself. All right, so it will first come. Yeah, it will first come here. So all outputs will go to block ID, and this is really confusing. But I wish I could explain this better, because I'm sure this is really confusing to anybody who's watching it. All right. So yeah, how about I just build this real quickly, because explaining it, or what this is probably just going to end up being if I try to explain it while I'm doing it, is just uh, a bunch of silence saying, "Ooh, you have no idea what I'm coming up with," whatever. Unless, of course, like you're actually reading into what I'm doing, which would be really cool. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm communicating enough for that. So, so I'll skip forward till when I have at least more of a structure here built. So, one. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tried this specifically. I mean, I've had very little luck with that output. I have gotten it to work a couple of times, but I don't have much very good experience with it. And what I'm doing with this that's even more unique than usual is I'm throwing a parameter right in there. So let me actually create a parameter and see if, oh, that didn't work. Did it? No, that didn't work. All right, yeah. So let me try making a parameter and seeing if that actually, or seeing if that actually shows up. Okay. Func instance parameter. Okay. Um, it's not seeing it. All right. So what was the parameter I came up with here? It was right block. Right block. I'm probably gonna have one for left block as well. All right. Where's there? It is. Okay. Parameters. Right block. All right, and I'll want this to be value. Is target name a value? Target name. Target name or class, maybe. Let me select that for now. Oh, this is a string and this is a string. Those are both names of things, so this will have to be a string as well. String. For some reason that looks like sting, but it's Alright, so alright, let me do the same thing for the other one, and I'll try to organize it a bit more. Block, then string. Alright, and unfortunately, this is going to be a lot of complex stuff at once. So, if I'm going to test this, I should probably get into another more simple, what's it called? Instance, which which I might do if this does end up bugging out a lot. Hopefully this is possible. If this is not possible, um, the way I'm doing it seems the only way I'm doing it with Hammer, or it seems the only way possible to do it with Hammer. However, I've been starting to get into a bit of scripting, and I'll probably try writing a script for that if that's what it comes down to. But I don't think I'm comfortable enough with scripting to have that my first option. So, we'll see. Won't be as much time for you as for me. So, 1 second. So as I'm looking at this more, this could have a very very lethal problem. What I'm kind of hoping for is that before before this trigger, this output right here is actually sent out, this left block and the right block for this one will actually be translated into whatever the parameter says it should be um, before it's moved over. Otherwise, this might not work. All right, so this is confusing me quite a bit. I don't know how this will work. Definitely hope it'll work well. Yeah. Okay, so about trying to get that to work, I still think it can work, maybe, but it's really taking way too much concentration to try to figure that out while there's a huge possibility that that won't work. So I set up a couple of entities to do what I'm trying to do on a much smaller scale with a lot less complications. Um, could work, could not work. If it doesn't work, that doesn't necessarily mean that my idea here won't work, but it does. I do think that this is set up right, so we'll see. Alright, so run the map. Good. Alright, so if this. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to press this button. If it says that it was received, uh, then that's a point in its favor. If it says not received, that's a point against its favor. If it says both, then It's promising, but I don't know. Let's see. If it doesn't say anything, then we have a problem. Alright, what's this? Parkour UI deactivated. Oh, that's because I'm jumping. Alright, is that all from me jumping? What's from me jumping? What's not from me jumping? Okay, everything below that line. Button used. Okay. Untrigger Bob. Trigger. Oh! Untrigger Bob. Those don't have a $sign before them. I'm going to use a different parameter specificness than Bob. And then I'm going to make it different on each one. But that looked pretty promising, except for the fact that it didn't work. But, game text can be kind of buggy sometimes, so I'm not going to hold it against it. Alright, so, let's see. Buttoned. Sure. Spell that as horrible as possible. You know what? Spell it even worse. Good. Could be worse, but I don't know. Don't want to go all out. Alright, and receive it. Okay. So I wasn't expecting this to work so well as far as the developer thing coming in. That's something that I was using to experiment with some of the scripting stuff that I was talking about earlier. All right, so yeah, this should, even if the game text doesn't pop up, that should be all right. It should give me the information I need. All right, press this button. What does it do? All right, button use on trigger button did triggered. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. But on the good side, wait a minute. Is that a bad sign? No. No, 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 no. Oh, I was getting confused. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Project is still on. Ah. Okay, so see. On one of the fills, on both of the fills, it each did button did. Good. Realize I'm pronouncing it worse than I spelled it, but that's great. This is a huge relief that just for some stupid reason, this is all working exactly how I wanted it to. Happens once in a while. I love it. Okay, so now that I have the confidence to know that what I'm trying to do will work exactly how I want it to do it, I'm going to put a little bit more concentration into that. And, with the confidence that it'll work exactly how I want it to, you have no clue the amount of relief right now from that test. I'm so glad I did that test. Alright, let's exit out. And, yeah, see you in a second. Well, second to you. Okay, and actually, this is about all the time I have for this week. I'll, uh, I'll try to get some, I'll try to get this a little bit more organized by next week so I can, or if I do make the next part next week, my school's getting pretty tight right now. So, but I do hope to get one next week. So, yeah, I'll try to have this a bit better so we can continue on with some more interesting stuff. Get this more into shape, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.